Bronze medal in last year's championships. She's recovering from a calf injury. Let's see how they can perform here. This is Sarah Abitol and Stephane Bernadis.
Easy on the double twist. Almost using it to relax themselves in the opening 2 seconds.
Well, that was superb. Side by side, triple toes. They don't come much better than that.
On the hip lift, and that gentle transition just perfectly fitting the music.
Well, a great finish there. Sarah Abitbol and Stephane Bernadis from France. And you get the feeling from that performance that they're not going to let that third place go easily.
A sure, clean performance. The thing that struck me about it was really the transitions of mood and the way at the end of it they don't look out of condition. They look very strong. And so often we see the pair skaters great in the short and then they come to the long and lose it, but they look in good condition. And I think they'll be delighted with that. It's not kind of a graceful style they have, but it's very, I don't know, it's almost, I should say, very French. It's kind of parts of it are just loose, and yet other parts of it really have this nice feeling and depth in it.
Yes, you feel that the French have an ability to adapt a skater's style without changing it, don't they? They don't try and mould them into anything in particular.
Yes, yes. They're not trying to be anybody else. They're just being, this is how we are, and you like it or you don't.
But it's certainly very effective. And just looking here, the side-by-side triple toes. Coach looking on Jean-Roland Raclay. He enjoyed that. And why not? Great stuff. Well, he was out there with them, wasn't he? And there's been a change of the choreographer for these two this year. Claude Bayeza is now coaching them, and Clara Ballatori is working on the interpretation and expression. The French team used to have as their choreographer Nathalie Dabady, but unfortunately she's no longer working with the French team. And look at those marks. This early on in the competition, very good indeed.
And it's interesting that both the technical and artistic are level. Fair enough, but I think a 5-3, the judges are just leaving, you know, room for other people above and around them. It's the relative position, and first is great at this point in time.
Yes, absolutely. For people that aren't used to this scoring system, keep your eye on the marks at the bottom of the screen. They're the most important thing. The marks are just a means of getting the placing. It's the place mark that really matter. Well, a good evening's work from Sarah and Stéphane. So there they are, representing Russia. This is Elena Berezhnaya and Anton Sikharulidze.
Excellent side-by-side triples, and she is so graceful. Hard to believe that last year she had a very serious head injury when her former partner's blade cut her head, and now she's fully recovered.
That was one of the highlights of her old partnership with Oleg Shliachkov, the split double twist, and equally as good with a new partner.
A little bit far apart, just slightly out of synchronization on the side-by-side spins. Lovely lift. This is real quality skating.
Well, I thoroughly enjoyed that. Super performance. And a real contrasting style from Elena there to that we're used to seeing with her old partner, Oleg Shliachkov. And what a start to 1997 these two have had, finishing second in the national championships ahead of Shishkova and Naumov, the 1994 world champions. Of course, they were behind Eltzova and Bushkov, the 96 and reigning world champions. And they brought a smile to Tamara's face. That's not easy to do.
Elena really impressed me. She's like an Ekaterina in a way. She has this strength about her, and yet such tremendous grace. Is the height in the double twist. See how early he catches her, how easy it is. And the start of that routine in particular was really flowing fast over the ice. Maybe just lost a little bit of speed towards the end of it. A little bit of that freedom had gone. But she just stands there and she has this tremendous grace and poise on the ice. You see the arm movements, the way everything's held. It's smashing. It's I think to me she could be, well, she is, but even more so than she's now, a real star of the skating world.
Well, there, another look at the triple toe, and look how easy that was for her. Beautiful extension with the free leg at the end of those three turns. She really is looking the complete performer, much more polished than we've seen her in previous seasons. A lot of confidence there. And that's an important factor, isn't it, in pair skating? To be able to rely on your partner, trust them.
Yeah, I mean, Anton did a great job, but I wasn't watching him much.
Well, there's the marks, and a little bit of a split decision there. 4 judges having them in first place ahead of the French couple, but they'll end up in second place behind Abitbol and Bernadis. But it's going to be an interesting battle. Of course, a lot of skaters that may well come between them.
Might have been those spins that really cost that. That's been slightly out of alignment at that point. Technical marks not so strong as the artistic.
Now the winners back in 1995. Silver medalists last year. What can they do in 97? In great form. Unbeaten so far this season. Mandy Woetzel and Ingo Steuer. The Question of You by Prince.
He was offline in the air, but he still managed to hold on to it with a good, strong landing on the triple toe loop.
Well, this is a great start.
Lost alignment for a moment, but such is their excellence, they pulled it back in on the spins.
Supremely confident, supremely polished. Mandy Woetzel and Ingo Steuer at their very best, as they have been all season.
Yeah, great routine. You can almost feel them breathing to the music. The overall start of that routine, it had a freedom about it, lots of speed, lots of attack. The triples at the start, well held and well done. The whole routine very, very clean, but you can just watch it all day. Such is the choreography, such is the feeling they have to the music. That was really special. The only thing we've got now is the judges have to leave the space for the other skaters still to come. So you're sat there as a judge, you're thinking, well, that was excellent. Again, maybe just slightly out on the spin there, but everything else was really good. Choreography is really high, but I have great skaters to come. I have to leave a little bit of room, so we might not see massive marks coming out. Going into that lift, very little preparation. Not the telegraphed way of going into it that some of the skaters give us.
In all fairness, really, there's only Shishkova and Naumov and Ельцова and Bushkov probably that can beat this. Look at this triple toe, because as you rightly said, Nicky, he was completely offline. Look at the lean there, fighting his way through it, his right arm in a half Nelson position. But hung on in there, fought his way through it. They want this championship back, don't they? Brilliant. I thoroughly enjoyed watching it because there were a couple of times where it went off. It went off in the spin, didn't it? And they fought back and got it back in time, and so much experience there. And those marks reflecting that 5/8 and 5/7, 1 5.6 from the Polish judge. Tremendous, and a 5.9 from the Russian there. Look, full presentation on the second set of marks. That's great. And those marks will take some beating, no doubt about it.
Great marks.
So, next up from Russia, the 1994 World Champions. Didn't compete last year. Silver medalists in the European Championships in '94 as well. This is Evgenia Shishkova and Vadim Naumov. Their music, Ave Maria. Lines.
And going into that, they're aligned directly behind each other. Very difficult to keep the concentration when you're not at the side, you don't have a clear field of view.
That was absolutely textbook.
Lovely spins, great quality of the skating, and they position those right in front of the center of the judges.
Well, it's a beautiful program, there's no doubt about that. But at this level of competition, the technical content has to be there as well, and tonight it wasn't. They both made heavy weather of that triple toe, and that will cost them dearly.
The artistic content, really excellent. The costumes fitted to the music, the whole flow and the choreography really worked well. It was holding the whole crowd here. Great atmosphere in the stadium. Everybody watching intently. But the technical markers got to suffer.
Yes, there was a big groan as they made the mistakes on the triple toe. I think they'd really got the crowd behind them. Everybody drawn into the performance. And they are bitterly disappointed. And you said before they went in, Nicky, that they seemed to set it up one behind the other, which is very, very difficult for the concentration.
I think that's how it was supposed to be, but it was just, you know, it looked very difficult. But like this, there's strength in the lift.
Yes, the marks are going to be good because every other element was superb, wasn't it?
Yeah, very high quality.
But there has to be deductions for the errors on those jumps. I didn't see any other deductions.
Just the start of the combination, the spin was a little bit slower, just lost the center of it. Just a tiny bit, but it was great presentation.
Well, there's the side-by-side triple toe. She's got a double-footed landed, and he almost took a glance to see whether she'd landed it, and lost his rhythm.
He was looking at it. I think that's what put him off.
Yeah, such a pity. Well, look at that, 4th place, with still some big names to go. Berezhnaya has them in 3rd place, as does the Ukrainian judge, Greece judge, and the Slovakian. But it's 4th place they'll be. And I agree. A tremendous mark with 5.9 there from Valesa.
Yeah, and we can see the split of the marks, how the judges are doing it.
Yes, it's good to see her going with down on the technical, rightly so, but way up with the artistic.
On the eyes.
So now to the couple, the reigning world champions. 4th in the European Championships last year. Bitterly disappointed after that performance, but fought back well in the World Championships. They finished 2nd behind Wötzel and Steuer in every Champions Series event this season. This is Marina Eltsova and Andrei Bushkov from Russia.
He might have been offline, but it'll count.
Yes, he got very, very close to the boards. Super double twist. Well, they're on form.
And then making sure of nailing every technical element, making sure the right number of rotations on the spins, on the death spiral, for example. Great choreography.
Well, that is Eltzova and Bushkov at their best. Now, they haven't been able to beat Wötzel and Steuer this season overall. They've been ahead of them, I think, a couple of times in the short program, but always ended up behind at the end of the day. Now, that was as good a short program as I've seen from these two all season. How will the judges view it? Remember, it's Wötzel and Steuer that leads.
And to me, that had more power, they were literally nailing the technical elements to make sure they were right. But within that, there weren't any throwaway moves. They were fitting to the way the music worked. It was a nice choice of music. It had a nice rhythm to it, and nice transitions that they picked up. But it was every movement they were doing. It was rhythmic. It was this nice flow, but lots of power. And the elements were within the whole program. So for me, that was the best program of the evening.
I think I'd go along with that. For me, I think the crispness and sharpness of everything would just give them the edge. But
she went into orbit, really.
She did indeed. It was a desperately close run thing, though, between these two. And it'll be interesting to see what the judges do. Because remember, at the end of the day, it's all going to be on the free program. If it's first and second between Wötzel and Steuer and these two. Whoa, look at that triple toe from him. A little bit off axis and close to the boards, but he did well. Magnificent timing.
Yeah.
Marina Eltsova, Andrei, Bushkov.
Well, the moment of truth. And look at that. Well, Vanessa Riley has them down in 4th place. In fact, she's dropped them, look, on the 2nd mark. She's marked them up technically, but didn't like the choreography and presentation of the program. And there it is, confirmation that Eltsova and Bushkov for Russia lead. Wötzel and Steuer in 2nd place. But remember, it's Wötzel and Steuer that have beaten them in every competition so far.
Ingo Steuer once again. Let's now have a look at them in action in the free skating.
Mandy and Ingo lying in 2nd place after the short program. And if they win the free, they take the title.
Triple toe loops. And the triple twist. And the double axels, he's again a bit offline, but held it.
In fact, Mandy singled out of hers.
Two feet on the throw triple toe loop. Beautiful lift.
gorgeous choreography. Now they need this.
2 feet.
There's the throw double axel, and that could prove crucial. Well, it was good, but was it good enough? Remember, lying in second place, Eltsova and Bushkov, the couple in the lead, still to go. There may well have been one or two too many errors in that free program. Mandy Woetzel and Ingo Steuer. Have they left the door open? Now, I just wonder whether they've done enough, in fact, to hang on to a silver medal. It's going to be desperately close because Berezhnaya and Sikharulidze were superb. Now these two finished in second place in last year's championships. She just seemed to have a slight lack of confidence, and well, there's confirmation. Two judges have them in second place, but everybody else has them in first place, and they are ahead of the Russians. Well, I have to say, I think they may well be a little fortunate. Perhaps the results in the early part of the season just paying dividends there. This is Marina Eltsova and Andrei Bushkov. Music entitled The Day When You Love Me. These two used to the pressure of the European Championships. They in fact won it the first time they competed in it back in 1993.
Easy, great speed. And she missed. Triple toe loop. Fine double axels. You can see the crispness moving into the triple twist.
Great throw triple salcho.
Toe, triple toe loop. No problem.
Well, that element could well seal the title for them.
Lovely rotation and strength on the lift.
Well, that was wonderful. They really rose to the challenge and saw the opportunity after the performance by Woetzel and Steuer. Marina Eltsova and Andrei Bushkov at their best. A very, very different performance to that of the Germans. There, one of the errors in the program, stepping off the triple toe at the beginning, but she didn't let it affect the rest of the performance, did she?
No, and it was one of the things that impressed me was the snap going into that triple twist. They were going at such speed, and he very quickly pulled her in, bang, into the air and round. It's this definition and precision. It's the same move as other people do, but they do it faster and higher and stronger.
So here we go with the marks, and this will be the decision of where the title goes for 1997. Who will be the European champion? Will it be Woetzel and Steuer, or will it be Eltsova and Bushkov? And there's confirmation. Marina Eltsova and Andrei Bushkov are the 1997 European pair skating champions. Rightly so, I'd go along with that. Look at those marks for presentation. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 5.9s, the rest 5.8s.
And that performance by the Russian pair, good enough to win them the gold medal. Marina Eltsova and Andrei Bushkov